Hello, and thank you for joining our webinar on how to build and implement an eQMS with a focus on efficiency, compliance, and data integrity. First, a couple of house rules for today's webinar. All your micro will be off during the presentation. If you have any questions during the presentation, you can write them in the chat box on your left, and I will answer them at the end of the presentation. Thank you for your understanding. In today's webinar on how to build and implement an eQMS, we will talk about facts and digital maturity in the pharmaceutical industry, but it can extend to all highly regulated industries. Then, a couple of key points on the quality management system to respond to the focuses on compliance, efficiency, and data integrity. Then, you will learn how to build your QMS with GxpManager and its advantages, followed by an overview of the GxpManager platform and the time for your questions. Let's start with some facts about life science companies, which, as mentioned, can be applied to many highly regulated industries. Today, a staggering 72% of manufacturing companies in the life science sector still rely on paper or flat flies for their quality processes. We all know that regulatory bodies, both national and international, are prioritizing data integrity and compliance. If you are still using paper, when audits come around, it can be time-consuming to find the right information among all the paper stored somewhere. Indeed, paper stored in one place or several places, or using table spreadsheets, will limit data visibility. Such tools have their limits in processing data, unless you are patient. This also includes a higher human error rate with spreadsheet sharing, a lack of audit trails, and access management with the necessary rights management. Therefore, it is necessary for industries to undertake a digital transformation of these processes. The quality digital maturity steps in the pharma industry can be represented by 4 levels: manual, digital, connected, and integrated. Today, companies are mainly between manual and connected in the pharmaceutical industry. Many processes are still manual, but documents start to be digitalized, and some data are connected with specific tools and software. However, it is essential to note that with the regulation request on compliance and data integrity, it is necessary to move toward a connected and integrated environment where all the data are centralized and permit easier decision-making within the company. Therefore, a QMS that applies to the whole company has to move forward to the connected stage. Why change from your spreadsheet, which has worked for your company for so long? Well, here you can see 3 main reasons: regulatory context, advantages of digitalizing your quality process, in fact, all processes, and security. All 3 are linked inevitably to increasing your productivity and responding to the current national, European, and worldwide regulations. For the pharmaceutical industry, we are talking about GMP, Europe Annex 11, and FDA 21 coulombs FR Part 11. As you know, in the regulatory context, the main key points to digitalize are compliance, data integrity, and risk management. Digitalizing your quality processes will reduce human errors by at least 60%, and with a system in place, the rest of the errors will be pinpointed rapidly thanks to validation workflow. While all the data will be centralized, it implies a better and faster decision-making process, thanks to the visualization of your KPIs in real time. By extension, having all your processes on one platform will help you better control your data and processes. Finally, a major key point is security. The security of your data through a highly secure data center in France. Therefore, at the user level, you need your data to be protected, to keep a history, to have an audit trail, and more than anything, to guarantee 100% data integrity. Now that we have presented the 3 focuses to respond to, which are efficiency, compliance, and data integrity for your quality management system, I will present how, with GxpManager, we can build and implement your QMS efficiently, compliantly, and affordably. As an application builder, we build your QMS application within a few weeks. Indeed, the application is built with the end users to respond to their specific needs. So we can see 3 main steps: scoping, implementation, and validation. During the scoping, we work with you to understand all your requirements, including which module you need, your processes, and the specifics of your company in terms of quality management. All the elements of the scoping process will make the implementation phase run smoothly. As GxpQMS is a standard application, our functional consultant can build and customize it quickly, thanks to all these elements. Then, working through sprints with you, the customer's application will be available for you to test and request improvements to your needs. Finally, all the qualification files are available to you to finalize the application's validation. Therefore, you will have all the elements to ease the validation and fasten it on your side, and you will have a go live within weeks, not months. You know how we build and implement your QMS. Let's step back and present GxpManager. In one sentence, GxpManager is a specialist in building quality, secure, and compliant applications for highly regulated companies. We can do this thanks to our no-code, low-code platform, which enables us to implement your application according to your user requirements and to your needs. GxpManage has over 20 years of knowledge of highly regulated sectors such as life science. Therefore, we understand the challenges of digital transformation, such as compliance, quality, security, and data integrity. From our experience, we have developed 3 offers to respond to the needs of highly regulated companies. The 2 main offers I will present today are the 100% specific and the 100% standard. Indeed, the 100% specific offer corresponds to the digitalization of Excel spreadsheets and paper forms. In all industries, these 2 supports are still widely used in various processes, and with the complexity and requirements of regulation, it has become necessary to transform these processes to centralize data and respect compliance and data integrity. Keep in mind that if you have an Excel spreadsheet or paper forms to digitalize, send them our way, and we will discuss the digitalization possibilities. The other offer is from our standard application, such as GxpQMS. I have presented you the process used to develop and implement a standard application. It is the same for audit management or health and safety applications. For example, thanks to the GxpManager platform, no-code, low-code technology, and SaaS mode, we can develop and implement applications efficiently and affordably. More precisely, 90% are no-code, and 10% are low-code, which means adding scripts to customize the application according to your needs. Therefore, the technology used permits quick implementation through the modeling of the application with the end users. Because of the above, our applications are accessible for all budgets, with comprehensive project scoping and configurations that correspond to real needs. Finally, with agile technology, it is easy to have an application evolve with your company's growth and needs. It is time now for you to have a look at the platform.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will show you how GxpManager look like when you log in into the platform and how to create a non-compliance form. So when you log in into your account, very basically and easily, you just have a login and a password. You enter your login and password requirements that we will have set up for you. And very easily, you just access to the platform. So you choose the application that you want. We are going to see the SMQ. I'm connecting. And I arrive straight away into the platform. What you have to imagine also is when you log in, you'll have all the workflow that you have created waiting to sign, and the workflow that are await at the moment with the stages, either in progress, finished, or cancelled. And you can have a quick overview of the workflows await. Also, you can imagine the dashboard that we have spoken about. You will have them here with all your KPIs. This is a demo environment, so I don't have it right now. What you have to do is go straight away into the menu, and here you'll have all the application that you have included into your platform with all your QMS, so the quality management system, including the non-compliance, customer complaint, change. Imagine any process that you might have will be into this menu. What we're going to do is we're going to create a non-compliance form so you can see the process. So I just click onto no compliance, And I'll have a dashboard here with all my non-compliance form that have been created, either the one that are in progress, either the one that are finished. This dashboard is customizable based on your processes, what you want. So you will be able to change the columns, name them the way you want. Everything is done with the parameters. So you have to remember, when you work with GxpManager, the platform is created by you for you. So this is as an example, but this will follow all your processes. What you have here is a menu that will allow you to play with all your non-compliance or any forms that you want to create. Here you have the creation one. You can edit a form, you can delete, you can copy, you can print, you can create a workflow. But what I'm going to show you right now is how to create from scratch a new compliance form. I'll just go very easily into this button here, which is create. And what I have here is a form that appears. This form will be based on your processes. So this is an example of a non-compliance. But what you have to imagine is that this will be based on exactly the Excel that you are using today. So what we will do is we will create a table or name of this non-compliance. You have a date, declaration date, that you will be able to write an event source. So what happened, an observation. So I will just put a test here, but you will be able to write all the observations that you may have noticed into this non-compliance. Describe the non-compliance. So this is based on your process again. You will be able to attach a document, yes, no, you choose. And to go into the next step, you will have to fill up the form step by step. The more you fill up the form and the more you validate the steps, to be able to go on to the next step, everything needs to be answered based on your processes. So this is just to give you an idea on how this looks like. Once I have done this, I have the ability either to link it to the client form, contact, create a new client, for example, if this client doesn't exist, into my database. I will be able to link it to create an investigation, link it to, again, my collaborator who will be able to deal with this request. And going like that, step by step, you will be doing all your process. And then you can link it and create a new attachment. You can have your kappas and then create again the action that you have to do, and so on. So this is just to show you the process. Once you have done that, you either can create it, and if you create it, it will be just created and await. But when you want to do it, you have to validate it and create a workflow. So if I go back onto it, if I decide to create and start a workflow, sorry, I just want to show you the process. This is just, of course, an example. And start and create the workflow. So what will happen is you will have the workflow in progress. So in progress, meaning you just created the workflow and you have to start working on it. But you will have also all the one that have finished or the one that are in analyze process. So if I want see the one that is in progress, I just click on it, on edit. And I will be able to move into the next step with, for example, the kappa, and create an immediate action. I will update it, and then my workflow will be created. Once I have done that, it will go into the next step. And when I go to the next step, the person in charge will be able to validate the next step. So the analysis will be, so it will be sent to the support, to the person who deals with it. What is the criticity that you will have chosen? If it's a major one, minor one, whatever emergency or urgency, you have to answer to this non-compliance, the criticity, etc., etc. So really, is you have to imagine that this is following all your process, and when you update it, you can move on to the next step. Once you move on into the next step, what happened is you will have the ability to either validate it by someone, send it to one of your collaborators, make it signed to move into the next step. Once you have finished all that, and for example, here I can see that the non-conformity is finished, the non-compliance is finished, sorry. and it's closed. I'll have all the information with all the attachment, the CAPAs, the action immediate action that has been made, so I can follow everything. And what happened is I can again validate and create a workflow to send the final document to my collaborators, so I can see the deadline, etc., based again on your process. So who's been requested, what department quality, for example, has been taking in charge all this action, and so on. And I can move on to the next step. Once I have finished all the process, so create the non-conformity, deal with the criticity, the urgency, and all the steps that you are doing every day, and so on, I will be able to have full publication of that, meaning that if I click on this publication, it's a report of the action that you have made based on this non-compliance. There we go. So what happened is once I have finished everything, I have a full report of the non-compliance form. So I will have the description, the date of declaration, who's been doing the non-compliance, all the information that you have, with the analyze, the processes, etc. So everything based on your processes, again, will send you a full report that you will be able to keep on file. And for example, if you had an audit or anything that needs to be checked up, then you'll have all the historical information that is saved into GxpManager. So very easily, I create the non-compliance. I follow the step based on your processes that you have made, and all the processes can be sent to any other department, link it to your client, and so on. And when you have finished all these non-compliance, you have a full report. This is just to show you very quickly how it looks like into the tool, but we will of course be happy to go more in depth into your own processes and show you how this could looking like when we apply it to your company. And I'll be happy now to answer to any question you may have.
Okay, we have one question from Mr. Sayed.
Yes.
Is it possible to customize the platform to manage multiple function and trees at the same time, including video consent, narcotic testing, vital sign monitoring, etc., as during bioequivalence studies? So to summarize is, can all employees contact at the same time on the platform and record real-time data and include documents in the forms?
Yes, sure. Yes, of course. The fact that you can work via multiple sites and multiple users, you can be working all together within the same platform. Every information is in real time. So there is no problem on having a collaborative usage on a daily basis, and everyone based on the role that you will have given them.
And I've got the second question from Mr. Richard.
Yes.
What trading data analysis can be performed? For example, percentage overdue, completely late. For example, like kappa's deviation, and all of it. How many are completely late? And so basic KPIs and data analysis. What is possible?
Yeah, sure. We have cards and red card. Well, we have cards and board that will be created and dashboards. On this dashboard that you will have, you'll have the CAPAs and you'll have the states of these CAPAs. So you will be able to see which has been treated, which one are late, what are the next action to do, which are the emergency. So all these KPI for the data analysis is based obviously on your processes, and you'll have them on real time within the tool. I will be very happy to show you a little more in depth what is exactly the cards that you can have and the dashboards that you may have. But yes, we can obviously answer to this in real time and show you exactly what the states of all your CAPAs are. No problem.
All right. I cannot see any other questions.
Okay.
Mm,
If there is no more questions, what I will do obviously is I will send this webinar and this information to you. And I will be very happy to schedule a call on a one-to-one to understand a little bit more your business and see how we could potentially help you with GxpManager to answer to all these questions on one-to-one. I'll be happy to do so.
all right. Thank
Perfect.
you,
Well, thank you.
everybody. Thank you all.
Thank
And
you all. Have
bye.
a good day.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.